Okay, part two. Ideas to replace the Electoral College. You'll be debating this on Tuesday, which hopefully you'll be listening to Monday night. Um, and the first thing and the most important thing you need to know about this is that the Electoral College, um, to replace it, you have to amend the Constitution. And that is very difficult because if you look at an Electoral College map, there are an overwhelming number of states that get 3 or 4 electoral votes that would lose so much power if they amended the Constitution. So that's why I don't foresee that happening in our lifetime. All right. So the first one to replace it is what's called the district plan. And this is actually gaining some popularity in Pennsylvania, Michigan, Virginia. These are states run by Republicans, but voted for Obama. So they're kind of trying to do this as a way to help the Republican Party. Everything's about politics, as you know. The way it would work is that the electors would represent congressional districts, and whoever wins the popular vote in that congressional district would get one electoral vote. So instead of winner take all in the state, you'd only get an electoral vote for the district that you won. If you won the state at large, you'd get 2 electoral votes. Maine and Nebraska currently use this. In the 2008 election, Nebraska sent 4 electoral votes to McCain and 1 to Obama. Obama won 1 district, and McCain won the other 2, plus he won the state, so that's why it's split 4-1. That's the only time that that's ever happened since these states have used it, all right? But only 2 are using that one. The proportional plan, all right? The candidate would receive the same share of the state's electoral votes as they received in the popular vote, all right? So I like to use, as an example, a state like Maryland. So Maryland has 10 electoral votes, all right? So if a candidate wins 60% of the vote, they get 6 electoral votes. The other candidate that gets 40% would get 4 electoral votes. Okay, that works out pretty nice. Illinois with 20, I guess that'd work out good too. If you got 60% of the vote, you'd get 12. The other one would get 18. This was proposed in Colorado and California. It did not pass, however. Okay. Part of it is people are going to have to do math. But again, it would take away the winner take all, and the greater your margin, the more electoral votes you're going to get. All right. Another one is direct popular election. You add up the popular vote, whoever wins is the president. This would require a constitutional amendment because you would, right now the Constitution mentions electors and being chosen by the state. Can't get around that. So if you had a constitutional amendment, you would go to direct popular vote. Likelihood of it passing, slim to none. All right. There's what's called a bonus system. This would give bonus electoral votes to the popular winner. Okay, it's actually called the Maryland plan, and when Blagojevich was governor, we signed on to this plan. It's kind of interesting how it works. Okay, the states would vote for, or their electors would automatically go to whoever won the national popular vote. Now, why is this different than what I just showed you? Because this doesn't amend the Electoral College. This still takes the electoral votes. This still takes the 538 and keeps them intact. But let's say somebody wins Illinois, all right, with 52% of the vote, okay? Normally, they would get Illinois' 20 electoral votes. But if that candidate lost the popular vote, okay, so if candidate A wins Illinois with 52%, candidate B wins the popular vote nationwide, okay, Illinois would say, forget this guy. They won Illinois. Our 20 electoral votes are going to whoever won this popular vote nationally. Okay. Now, what does that do? That still lets whoever wins the popular vote win, but they win it by getting 270 electoral votes. Okay. Maryland's adopted it, and many states are considering it too. It will only go into effect once 270 worth of electoral votes go in, approve of this. So right now, Illinois is 20. Maryland's 10. They have 30. You got to get enough states that equal 270 because it didn't do any good for Illinois to do it if the other states aren't going to do the same thing. Okay, so you're essentially saying, forget the states. Whoever wins popular does it, but you'd have to have 270 electoral votes worth of states to make it work. Okay, possible. Some states are going to it, but not yet. All right, so we'll debate this tomorrow. We'll obviously ask this question: which of the following plans do you support? Okay. If you need more information, this website 270towin.com, we've seen it before, is really good and helpful to sort of see how the Electoral College works. There's also an electoral trivia contest on it. Okay. Let me show you the 2008 one here, so you can get an idea. Okay, notice Nebraska, different color, because they split their votes with the 4 going to McCain, 1 to Obama. Okay, this website also shows you how 2016 looks. Okay, notice the electoral votes won't change because of because the census hasn't been done yet, but this is based on how Obama did in the last election. So you can see the Republicans, if they're going to win, have to gain about 64 electoral votes in different states. Okay, 2000, the election we're watching here, you can see how divided the country is. Mostly north and the coasts were for Gore. The rest of the country was for Bush. Showed some divisions. And then you look in 2004. Now this is after a new census, because they do the census in 2000. It takes effect in 2004. Notice almost nothing changed. All right. Yet Gore won, or Bush won, 15 more electoral votes. All right. He had 271 in 2000. Now he has 286. That's because states like Florida and Texas that he won gained population. So as more people move to conservative states, they're essentially getting more electoral votes. You'll also notice with Obama, 2008, he has 365 electoral votes, okay, for that one. And then just by redoing the census, he loses electoral votes because those other states gained some. Okay, so we got 332, which was less that go around, part because of the Electoral College, and he didn't win as many states either. He didn't win North Carolina, for example, this time. Okay, so a little info on how the Electoral College works. Hopefully you enjoyed. And if you stuck it out through both of these videos, I will tell you this. There was a Electoral College question way back when that you may see again in the future. And the question asked, this was one of the most ridiculous things the College Board did. The question was, how does the winner-take-all feature of the Electoral College affect how candidates run their campaigns? Okay? Now, every kid in the country, I was the reader for this one, said the winner-take-all feature causes people to campaign in big states like California, Texas, and Florida. They did not get the point. They wanted you to answer the Electoral College will winner-take-all feature causes candidates to campaign in a large state like New York, okay, so they can win all of that state's electoral votes. What's the difference? This kid said one state, which was what they wanted you to do. They wanted you to show that the states using winner-take-all changed the campaign strategy. When you talk about 3 states at once, you're talking about a national campaign, and that wasn't what they asked you on the question. Okay, really goofy. Just warning you in case you see that question down the road. All right, we'll see who listened and who did not. Have a good one.